Hey there everyone, this is Huey Freeman, and this is an experiment of sorts, as well as a poll. I want to get everyone's input on this, whether you like it or not. Obviously I can't force you to, but this is the first part of possibly an entire run of a Smeargle only run of Pokemon Gold. Pokemon Gold, if I remember correctly, is, and I don't remember how this goes, the second or third generation of Pokemon, when it was still on the Game Boy Color before it got on the DS or anything along those lines. Pokemon is, as they're explaining here, a RPG of a different sort. It's essentially animal fighting. You collect and train various types of creatures to fight on up to 6 on 6 battles. So what I will be doing is I will be taking Smeargle, which is considered one of the most versatile and yet one of the weakest Pokemon around, and attempt to complete the game with just him or her, depending on which gender I pick up. Smeargle, the thing that works with Smeargle is Smeargle only learns one move. He learns it 10 times. It's called Sketch. Now the thing with Sketch is Sketch will permanently copy almost any move that has just been used on Smeargle. And using that, you can come up with a lot of different movesets. The catch is that Smeargle has terrible statistics. When it comes to fights between 100 level Pokemon, Smeargle can get knocked out in 1 or 2 moves. So we will hopefully not be going up against any of that in this fight, in this run. However, this is something that we'll have to consider as we attempt to go through the entire game. Just to make a small note, I'm going with Totodile for my starting Pokemon because its initial move, Scratch, does more damage than the initial moves of the other 2 Pokemon, which is Tackle. That's the absolute only reason. I have to start off with Totodile, so that until I get to the point where I can begin to catch Pokemon, and then I'll go ahead and catch my Smeargle that I'll use. It'll probably be about level 5 or under, so it's not really cheating or anything like that. This is as soon as I can pick up one of those Pokemon. Now, the thing that I will plan to do is I will plan to use that Sketch to per se figure out different moves, try to figure out a good moveset. When I originally was into Pokemon, which was maybe 10 years ago, it's really been about 10 years since I played Pokemon, the moveset that I attached him with was there was Spore, which is a move that guarantees that your opponent will fall asleep. There was Lock On, which is a move that ensures that your next attack will hit. There was Guillotine, which was a move that ensures a one-hit KO. And that was the order that I would go with my moves. And the final move I would waver back and forth on which one I would choose is either Recovery, which is a move that helps recover health, or Destiny Bond, which is a move that ensures that if your opponent kills you on the move that you use Destiny Bond, that they would die as well. I obviously won't be using that because I'm attempting to go through the entire game with one Pokemon. I'll be taking a couple pauses like this. The way I'm gaining my Smeargle is with the use of a Game Shark. So if you're wondering why Smeargle's showing up here, that's why. The Game Shark allows me to choose which type of Pokemon will arrive randomly, and that's what I'm going with. Now the thing about getting Smeargles or fighting Smeargles is it'll give me a little more experience than your average Pokemon, but at the same time, you didn't want to see me go through a whole lot of grinding or to level up. So this is speeding up the process, and I won't be using this Totodile much anyway. or at all once I gain my actual Smeargle. So I feel like this is not a long-term issue. This is just saving me from going through several hospital trips. But back to my objective with this. I am actually not quite sure what moveset I will be giving Smeargle going into this. I will be looking for suggestions for this. But beyond that, the thing I'm really looking for support on, or looking for advice on, is whether to do this run at all on YouTube. I've been interested in doing this run, and I don't know whether to post this on YouTube. This will be several parts, much longer than any of the runs that I've previously done. And it's very different than a lot of my other videos. So I want to ask whether you guys, my viewers, feel like it's worth it for me to go through this run and to show you this run, whether you have any interest in this. The other part is, if you do want me to show this run to you, whether you want me to do this with audio annotation or audio commentary or with text annotations. Right now I have the ability to do both. Really the only difference to me is if I were to do this with audio annotations, it would take longer for each part to come out. And that's only because of the way my current schedule works in real life. The way this goes, I will be playing this anyway, independent of being able to talk during my gameplay. And similar to what I'm doing right now, I would add my audio commentary later on as I'm viewing this. So it essentially takes double the time. This may sound inefficient, but this is actually, sadly, not the best way for me to go about doing this. But I understand that some people like the text annotations, and some people like the audio commentary. So I'm giving you guys right now the ability to decide, one, whether I should post this run at all, and two, if I do post this run, which type of commentary you'd like. I'm receptive to both options here. Now, moving on to what I'm actually doing here right now. Right now, my job is to get to the next city, so that I can talk with, or a little past the next city, so that I can talk with Mr. Pokemon about some issue that he has. At the same time, I'm also working on training my Totodile to the point where it actually gets to a very decent level, which at this point it's actually at a pretty good level. So we're doing a little training. We're catching, we're talking to a couple of people because, again, this is not a case where I've looked far in advance on an FAQ or anything like that. I've beaten this game, but I've beaten this game about 11 years ago or so. Or 10 or 11 years ago, or however long it's been. Actually, I think this game came out in maybe 2000, so maybe it wasn't more than 11 years. But, I do not remember much, so I'm kind of going on the fly as well. So if you're looking for some kind of perfect run out of me where I don't get hit or anything like that, you're not going to find it. What I will guarantee is that I will not lose a battle, and that once I actually gain my Smeargle won't faint. That's the most I can guarantee you guys. Right now, I'm looking through the town, basically just to get a map out of this guy, because I do remember that. Like so. Let's head to the Pokemon Center to heal up my Totodile. Something else that is worth noting is that this Pokemon game keeps a time system. Now, one thing to note is that it seems to keep the time regardless of I use save states sometimes in between my parts, just so that I don't have to go through the trouble of starting the game again, so I can just start wherever I left off. This game seems to keep the time regardless of my save state use. So you may get something odd as far as my save state use coming out, in that it may be daytime at one point, but as soon as I come outside again in between parts, it'll be nighttime. Or at least a day should have passed between me being able to collect berries from these trees, but I'm able to automatically collect another one. That's just something to note for you guys. Right now, I can't collect Pokeballs until I talk with Mr. Pokemon, and if I can't collect Pokeballs, I can't switch to Smeargle. So right now, I'm stuck with Totodile, but that's okay because I'm sitting here fighting Smeargles, which, let's be honest, aren't really a threat to me. So, someone might ask me, why would I want to pick Smeargle for my only run, or for my run? And the thing about Smeargle is, it's just a very unique Pokemon. You can come up with a lot of different movesets. The possibilities are literally, well, they're not endless, but as far as Pokemon goes, there's endless as they can get. You can combine Thunderbolt, Hyper Beam, Fire Blast, and whatever other move. Or something that's more immediately beneficial. The first move that I'm pretty sure that I will be giving my Smeargle is Scratch, simply because it's the only other useful move that I'll be able to give him. I've thought about giving Rage to my Smeargle, but I don't feel like that would necessarily benefit as much. So there's Professor Oak from the Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow, I believe. And I'm going to be skipping a lot of this text because this game tends to be long enough as it is. Alright. Now we get a phone call from Professor Elm letting us know that something terrible's happened and that we need to head back to his place. Take a quick break here. Alright, and we're back. I'll go ahead and take a look at the tree, get my Poison Cure Berry. While we took this break, I also switched the code back so that I will no longer be facing Smeargles. For one important reason. When I go up against trainers, the code tends to work such that if I were to run into trainers, they would also have Smeargles, which doesn't quite work. So, I'm going to be heading out soon, or ending this part soon, but just to recap again, I want to know from you guys, A, whether to post this run in general on YouTube, the entirety of this run, and B, if I do this, whether to do this with audio commentary or with text annotations. So let me know. I will likely not be posting a run until likely not be posting anything else until I receive a sufficient amount of votes or opinions on this, whether through the comments or through my page. So until then, this is the Huey Freeman, and I will see you guys later.